Good day to you, ma'am. In this video, I'm going to discuss about chemical bonding. When we say chemical bonding, is any of the interaction that account for the association of atoms into molecules, ions, crystals, and other stable species that make up the familiar substances of the everyday world. When atoms approach one another, their nuclei and electrons interact and tends to distribute themselves in space in such a way that the total energy is lower than it would be in any alternative arrangement. If the total energy of the group of atom is lower than the sum of the energies of the component atoms, they then band together, and the energy lowering is the bonding energy. Also, it refers to the formation of a chemical bond between two or more atoms, molecules, or ions to give rise to a chemical compound. These chemical bonds are what keep the atoms together in the resulting compounds. Chemical bond also an interatomic attractions that holds the two atoms together. Molecules and ions may also be held together with an intermolecular and interionic attraction. These attractions may also be termed chemical bonds. The force of attractions which holds the two atoms or ions together in a molecule is called a bond. The chemical bond may be ionic, covalent, metallic, or molecular in nature. There is cause of chemical combination, which is the factors which compel atoms to combine together are as follows. Tendency to acquire stability. It is a law of nature that an unstable or less stable system has a basic urge to acquire stability. The most stable state of a system corresponds to the state of minimum energy. Therefore, every system in this universe tends to behave in such a way that it can attain minimum energy and maximum stability. For example, water always flows from a higher level to a lower level. This is because the potential energy corresponding to a lower level is less as compared to that in the higher level. The theory of chemical bonding reveals that the formation of a chemical bond involves a decrease in combination together to attain a state of the lower potential energy of the system. This is why two atoms' energy and those acquired more stability. In the other words, the formation of a chemical bond between them leads that two atoms will combine together only when the decrease in the potential energy of the system. There is a tendency to acquire noble gas configuration. The noble gases passes practically to tendency to form chemical bonds and enter into chemical combinations. This emphasizes that these gases are stable. Helium. The first noble gas contains 2 electrons in the valence shell. The shell cannot accommodate more than 2 electrons. Hence, the valence shell is complete, and helium possesses a stable electronic configuration. Their stability is so prominent that they, even though not form diatomic molecules and exist as monatomic gaseous atoms. The valence shell electronic configuration of other atoms are quite different from those of noble gases. Their valence shells, or the outermost shells, possess less than 8 electrons. This means that the electronic configuration of all other atoms is less stable compared to those noble gases. Since atomic system is also a part of the universe and has a basic tendency to acquire stability state of minimum energy, it takes part in chemical combination to acquire a stable electronic configuration similar to that of the nearest noble gas. During chemical combination, an atom tries to attain the noble gas configuration by losing of a chemical bond between the two atoms, leads to a decreased stabilized types of chemical bonds. There are 4 types of chemical bonds, which is ionic bonds, covalent bonds, metallic bonds, and hydrogen bonds. First is ionic bond. Ionic bonding is a type of chemical oppositely charged ions, or between two atoms with sharply different electronegatives, and is the primarily interaction occurring in ionic compounds. Examples: NeCi and NaF. Covalent bond is a chemical bond that involves the sharing of electron pairs between atoms. These electron pairs are known as shared pairs or bonding pairs, and the stable balance of attractive and repulsive forces between atoms when they share electrons is known as covalent bonding. Examples: hydrogen and molecules and carbon dioxide molecule. Metallic bond. Metallic bonding is a type of chemical bonding that arises from the electrostatic attractive force between conductive electrons and positively charged metal ions. It may be described as the sharing of free electrons among a structure of positively charged ions. Example: copper and magnesium. Hydrogen bond. A hydrogen bond is a primarily electrostatic force of attraction between a hydrogen atom which is covalently bonded to a more electronegative atom or group, and another electronegative atom bearing a lone pair or electrons, which is the hydrogen bond's acceptor. Examples are water and chloroform. That's all. Thank you.